Hello Gemini, thank you for tuning into General Read. For the main part of the read I'm using the They Lima Tarot. It's by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards it's the Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Hopefully it's not too bright. I think it's okay. We'll go with it. I've done it in this light before. Alright, so Gemini, I already shuffled. What do we got for you? Okay. So the situation you're coming into, like this is leading in with how you're feeling, I'm noticing. And you're feeling like this is a tower moment. Like the situation is come down, it feels ominous. I'm saying that because my cat is like looking right at me. I'm afraid he's going to jump over at me. I'm hoping he doesn't. So I'm kind of actually having that ominous feeling anyway. He's walking away. The Tower card in your reading, though, I'm getting it's kind of like you see it's all set up to fall down. Like there's nothing you can do to stop it. You see it coming. See, I'm noticing this is in your thoughts. You're feeling like it's there. You're feeling like it's there. And that cough comes out of nowhere. I'm getting that you're looking at the situation. See, this I'm not seeing it in the actual happenings, but you're feeling like it's there. To you, it feels like the tower is happening. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. So I'm getting that this is your perception of it, that it's happening, the tower's coming, there's nothing you can do to stop this from falling apart. Because of that, you're bringing forth energy in the center here. You're helping promote this magician energy. Because if it's going to fall down anyway, might as well change the whole direction before it actually completely just falls over. Might as well just knock it over instead of letting it fall over, might as well knock it over. Because if you knock it over, you can control where it falls and how it lands, and you can, hopefully salvage some of the materials to rebuild again. So I feel like that's where you're standing. You're like, I see the tower, it's going to happen, it's going to fall apart. I might as well just push it down. So you're going into the situation with the energy of like, let's change this, let's correct this, let's move in a different direction. Let's wipe out what was and start anew before it actually falls down on its own. Very proactive thought, very proactive energy. This feels good to me. Now the face down card on the other side is the Knight of Wands. Whatever you're dealing with, the situation is very conducive with this. Like you're saying, let's change it. It just like that is just like the match to the gas. Like boom, like everything goes forward quickly. This is face down, so I don't think you're realizing that. You bring forth this energy, let's change this, let's push it down before it falls down and salvage what we can. That fits right in with this situation. That catches in quick and moves forward very quickly. So the magician is actually taking life very quickly because your feelings and your thoughts are very conducive with the action that the situation wants to move forward with anyway. It just kind of like catches the current. It's kind of like, I'm feeling like a river is running and the stream goes into the river, and the river just takes that water and just flushes it right down. Like you're right in line with what needs to happen. The situation or whoever you're dealing with, right on board with this. Yep, and here we go. It's just you acknowledging it really just like ignites the situation. I feel like that's the match to the gas. Like boom, it goes. Are we good? Now, your reaction to that is you think that's good. And I'm not negating that, but I'm just saying you like this. Did you feel like this is the best idea? This is the best motion? Knocking it down before it falls down and rebuilding and salvaging what you can. You feel like this is a great plan. This is the smartest line of action. Anything else with that? Okay, so how is this? See, the energy on the other side is very interesting. Because your perception does not feel like it's off base to me. And your proactive approach towards it, seems like this is a good way to take this. Because you're thinking this is justice, this is working out best, this is the best possible outcome at this point. This is the best you can hope for at this point. At this point. The other side has the Six of Wands, the King of Wands, and then the Ten of Swords is it's just kind of tucked right in here, I'm noticing. Just kind of like, I'm getting the fact that the situation, the way it was, failed, or was failing, that's not without its disappointments. So I don't want to make light of it. Like, definitely there's disappointments here. But it's tucked right in here with the victory and the King of Wands. Like, I feel like the disappointments are still there, but I feel like it's kind of being dropped away. Like, I don't feel like it's being acknowledged, to be honest. I feel like there's people who are really sad, and there's disappointments, and, you know, people were let down. Somebody was let down. But I feel like it's not being addressed, really. And it might be, that might be the good idea for this situation at the current point. Because focusing on what's right and focusing on the strength and focusing on the victory that can be had from the correction seems stronger, seems like this is pulling forward. And I'm getting the psychic protection is face down, and it seems to be connected with that Ten of Swords. Like, I don't feel like whoever is disappointed, if it's more than one person, whoever it is, it does not want to bring it forward. It's just kind of like, kind of sulking off on their own, very quietly, very privately. They're disappointed, but they don't want to really share that. They don't really want to talk about it. They just kind of want to fold through it or feel through it on their own. I'm not getting this as... I feel like that's not really coming forward to you, but it's good that you know that the disappointment is there, but whoever this is, if it's more than one person even, they're privately handling it on their own. They're just processing it and letting it go, or they're trying to let it go. Because I don't feel like they don't want to talk about it. They're focusing on what's right and the correction and the victory ahead. They don't want to talk about the disappointments, but there's definitely disappointment. There's definitely devastation here. Even though you're not hearing about it, I feel it's good that you know it's there. Now, what's coming next here is the King of Swords with a face-down card. The King of Swords is telling me the rebuilding, the new direction going on here. There's a lot of communication back and forth. Because I feel like it's very, like, and this seems to be connected with that Ten of Swords, not in the sense of venting, but in the sense of, like, not wanting to relive the disappointment. So trying to really make sure that this is stable and going to stay there. This is going to work. But I do also feel, again, with the connection with that Ten of Swords, trying to recoup what was lost, trying to recover some of that disappointment and trying to bring some of that back into it. That seems to be like something where I feel like there's pieces of this that you're looking at like that didn't work and we really shouldn't be doing that. And you're wondering why this person is pulling it forward again because it's connected to the disappointment and they want something to still come forward. So you might have to hash this out a little bit. Sorry about that. You might have to hash this out a little bit to see what this person is wanting to pull in and why. And I feel like you might have to hash out, like, because the face down card is study. Like, you might have to really get in there and figure out, like, why are they trying to pull in certain elements, and why is it going a certain direction that you feel isn't a good idea? And I feel like you have to, like, uncover what they're looking for, and once you see what they really want, like what's below it that they want, I feel like you're going to look at it and try to see if there's a way to bring that in to pacify them, but it's going to depend on what it is. This seems like the King of Swords with the study face down. Like, you have to, like, the study face down is telling me you really have to do your research. This other person is not coming forward with what it is that they want. You have to kind of unearth it. And I feel like even then, it's kind of a little bit of speculation going on there because they're not flat out telling you. And the King of Swords is telling me, though, that you're working with this person or people and you're still trying to mold it and you're trying to highlight, like, this is what led us to demise last time. We have to be careful about this. And, like, you're digging deeper to find out what is it that they need. Like, is it the path? Because it's going to fail again. Or is there a little nuance here that I can pull over and find a way to pull over so it satisfies them and we can move in this more successful direction? Whew. There's a lot of mental activity going on here, Gemini. Not that that's shocking for Gemini, because a lot of thoughts, a lot of mental power there. I get that. But you got to really like work on this one. This is a bit of work. This is like a puzzle, almost like a mystery, which with Gemini energy, that's usually not daunting for you. It's like, it's kind of like a fun thing. Like, I don't want to say it's fun like you're excited about this situation, but like unearthing things is something you can do. Like, that's, I don't know, that's in your realm of expertise, I would say. Because I'm getting, as you go forward from these talks, you got the Two of Pentacles. You're definitely digging deep to find out what it is this other person or people want. And you're trying to find out, once you see, or once you believe you see what they want, you're trying to find a different way to fold it in there with still getting things to go through in a successful manner. There's a lot of mental activity. Like, you have to think things out very deeply. Not that you can't, clearly, but you have to do a lot of thinking on this. This is taking a bit. This is quite like the brain game going on here, in my opinion. Where is this going? Because I feel like this is what you're dealing with. This is how things are going. It's heading towards the end here, which is the Wheel with the Knight of Pentacles with the Strength. All right, so the Wheel comes forward. You seem to figure out you seem to help figure out this situation. I'm not sure if you're supportive. I feel like it's more of a supportive, but for some of you, it's definitely a leader role. I'm definitely going to say that, because some of you are definitely leading the way on this. But you're helping get this going forward. The wheel turns, and the Knight of Pentacles is showing up, telling me that when this wheel turns, and everybody's in agreement, I feel like that's the wheel. You seem to be hashing it out, finding a way. There's a way that you're comfortable with, and I feel like you're hashing out one of these ideas about how to get this to work out, and it seems to just catch. It catches right on. The other side seems very conducive with it, and it goes forward. That's the wheel, because I feel like you're hashing something out. Something catches, like everybody's agreeing on it, and it just goes forward. I don't know if I'm saying this right, because I feel like you're not saying this should be the final plan. I don't feel like that's what's happening. You're saying this is a good option, and they're going yes, and then it goes forward. Like it catches and goes forward. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it catches and goes forward, but it's a slow, steady rise, but it's very dependable, and it works out, is what I'm getting. This new direction works out. You seem to have clicked into what they wanted, and I feel like, I don't know if you're completely on the ball realizing what it is they want. You might think you do, but I'm just kind of like, it's a little gray there. I mean, clearly it's a general read. For like everybody's watching, I get that. For some people, you probably do know. Other people, you may think you know, but maybe you don't. You probably don't. It's hard to say, though. It's general read. Either way, you've clicked into what they want. They're going forward. The Strength here is telling me that this new path, you believe in this path, so you're connected with it. You're going forward. You're in. You're good. The Strength I'm feeling from the other side is like they feel like this is their best chance to make it work out the way they want to. They're very tightly holding on to this, and they're very looking at this like it has to work. So there's going to be a great push for success here, and I'm getting that is really strengthening, like literally the Strength card with the Knight of Pentacles. Like this is very powerhouse moving forward. This is like a bulldozer, like on steroids going forward. Like this is expected to succeed. Nothing can get in its way. It's not daunting. It's ready. It's filled with fuel. It's ready to go. Like this is really a powerhouse going forward. So you're invested. The other side is like even more invested. Like I feel like that's almost humorous because you're bringing forth the idea. It's catching on. You're into it. You're good. The other side is like, no, this has to work, and they're just like a powerhouse. This must work. We must hold to this. We must do it. I feel like they're also bringing this forward just so you realize how dedicated the other side is to this. Because once it catches in, they're not going to want to dicker. They're not going to want to negotiate anything after that. They're going to put it into play, and they're going to keep it there. They're not going to want to budge. So just so you know that, I feel like if you see it, if you know it, you'll be okay. Because otherwise, if you don't realize it, you might just kind of like, just out of boredom, just be like, well, we could edit this or edit that, and you might get a very harsh door slammed in your face. Like, absolutely not. We will not change anything. It is working, and that is that. Door slammed. Like, and I feel like if you see how dedicated and really overemphasized this Strength is on this side, you won't do that because you're like, you know what? I don't need to do that. It's fine. But if you're not realizing how strong that is, you might like just out of boredom be like, well, we could try, enlivening it up a little bit, just like, tweaking a little piece, a couple of this, couple of that, door will be shut right in your face, because like it's intense on this side. Must work, has to work. This is going to get them what they want. They do not want to change. They do not want to dicker. It is succeeding. They're just very, very tightly rooted into this. Very tightly rooted. As long as you know it, you're fine. And I feel like the whole point is just so you don't get that door slammed in your face later. Because it's just like a rude moment, and it just doesn't make you feel good. No reason that you should have to deal with that. So if you don't even... If you see what it is, see it for what it is going into it or getting to that point, I don't feel like you'll even bother. You can amuse yourself other ways. You'll be fine. I just feel like you need to see what it is for what it is. All right, they're telling me that's good. All right, so I'm going to wrap that up there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.